Hello, my name is John Byrne and I welcome you to this special presentation of Senior Station,
made possible by the Alzheimer's Foundation of America.
Senior Station is a program for seniors of all ages and abilities to enjoy movement and storytelling. We start here in our train station and we go all over the world. As I share stories with you, you are welcome to follow along with my movements. Today we will dance with a little scarf or bandana, but you can also use a napkin or tissue if you like. Please pause the video if you want to get this prop ready. Otherwise, we can dance without it. Here she is. Climb aboard the Cornwall Express. Today we are traveling to the Eternal City, a place that was once regarded the capital of Western civilization. That's right, we are going to Rome.
But first,
let's warm up together. Follow along. We breathe in and breathe out. Once more, breathe in and breathe out. Look to your side. And now look to the other side. Gentle stretch. Let's bring our arms front and open side. And just alternating between front and side, open and close. And arms by our side. Let's just curve over to one side and straighten. Long spine, curving and straighten. One more time, from the top of your head, curving over, center, and curving over, and center. Now very small and gentle head circles. And you can go the other way. Now let's focus on our shoulders, shoulder circles. And reverse direction. That's right. Now hands are opening and closing, getting that blood flowing. Now we just shake our hands, and you can shake your whole body in your chair. Good, and relax. Now we'll do a little heel dance. And finally, gently march. You did it.
next stop, Rome.
According to mythology, ancient Rome was founded by twin brothers and demigods, Romulus and Remus, in 753 BC. The legend claims that an argument over who would rule the city led to Romulus killing Remus. Romulus named the city after himself. Rome was established across 7 hills alongside the Tiber River. In between the hills lies a valley where the city's center of commerce developed, the Roman Forum. Let's march along the Via Sacra. We imagine the ancient Romans buying and selling fruit. Follow along with my movement. The ancient Romans carried water. And they voted, putting our ballots in the box. Oh, and they battled, swinging a sword in the Roman Forum. and they said hello to friends. Wave hello. Buongiorno. 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 Here is a picture I took last year standing next to the Roman Forum. I was standing next to the great Julius Caesar. We will get to him in a minute. Classical Rome existed for 1,000 years, from roughly 500 BC to 500 AD, and the first half of this period was a republic, governed by elected senators. The second half was ruled by unelected emperors. To all Romans, the word barbarian referred to all foreigners, especially the wide variety of nomads who were encroaching on the Roman border. At one time, the word Rome referred to an entire civilized world. If you were not a Roman or a Greek, you were referred to as a barbarian. If you could speak Latin or Greek, you were from civilization. Everyone else was a barbarian. Let's be barbarians. We eat with our hands. Oh, and we ride horses. We move from one town to another, carrying a torch. Try the other arm. And we beat our chests. And we scream loudly during battle. Let's try. 1, 2, 3. One more barbarian scream. 1, 2, 3. Do you know how you can tell an American from a European? Americans usually count like this. 1, 2, 3. And Europeans usually count like this. 1, 2, 3. Julius Caesar was a Roman general and statesman who played a critical role in the events that led to the demise of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. Caesar led the Roman army to conquer Italy, France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Caesar changed the structure of the Roman government into a dictatorship before he was killed in 44 BC by a group of senators who felt his need for power was too extreme. Julius Caesar created our modern-day calendar, which he reformed from the Roman Republic calendar. Did you know that the month of July is named after Julius Caesar? Rome's economy was fueled by the plundering of other lands and the use of slaves brought from distant lands. Just behind the Roman Forum and the statue of my new friend Caesar lies the infamous Colosseum. The massive concrete and brick structure was commissioned by Emperor Vespasian of the Flavian dynasty as the gift to the Roman people. Construction on the Colosseum began in 72 AD and lasted 8 years. It was an engineering phenomenon. Let's make the arches of the Colosseum. On opening day, a crowd of 50,000 Romans attended. They cheered in their seats. Cheer! The opening of the games lasted 100 days. The giant stadium was covered by awnings. Stretch over. The awnings protected the crowds from the weather. Servants fanned royalty. And everyone else fanned themselves in their seats. Fan yourself. It is believed that the amphitheater could be flooded with water. Naval battles would take place. Navigate your ship, rowing front and back. Many days, the basement of the Colosseum was filled with gladiators and animals and Christian martyrs forced to fight each other to the death. Families would pray for the martyrs at nearby shrines. Across town, we find the best preserved structure from ancient Rome. Its portico has become a symbol of the city. The Pantheon was originally built as a pagan temple. It is now a Christian church. It has been in constant use for over 2,000 years. Its granite columns were shipped from Egypt as solid pieces. It takes 4 tourists to hug one column. Let's hug a column from the Pantheon together. Inside the Pantheon, the dome is a perfect classical dimension, as wide as it is tall. Let's make the dome of the Pantheon. Go the other way. At the top of the dome is the opening, or the oculus. It is the only source of light. Sometimes it does rain. Let's make a rain dance. When I went to Rome last year, I wondered where the water would go when it rained. There were little holes in the floor where the water can drain out into the river. The dome is made of poured concrete, and it is an engineering marvel. The dome gets thinner at its top, allowing it to be supported by equal pressure and not collapse. Here's a picture I took of myself in front of the Pantheon last year. While we're at the Piazza della Rotonda, let's stop and have a gelato. Signora, what is on the menu today?
Oh, we have lemon, pistachio, pear, banana, mandarin, chocolate, coffee, strawberry, and hazelnut.
Great. I think I'll take a pistachio and a hazelnut. Now point to the flavor you want. Take your cone, wrap it with a napkin or servietta, and enjoy your gelato. And discard your napkin. Rome was protected by an 11-mile ancient wall before it was united with Italy in 1870. The Romans invented plumbing. They created above-ground channels of water called aqueducts that brought water from the mountain streams into the city. 11 aqueducts in total supplied Rome with about 300 million gallons of water per day. Let's be the water flowing in the aqueduct. When your arms flow curvy all over, and the water sparkled as it flowed into the city and the hot Mediterranean weather. Sparkle like the water. Unfortunately for the Romans, the aqueducts were the Achilles heel of the city. In the 5th century, barbarians pushed down all of the aqueducts, cutting off water supply to the Romans before invading and plundering Rome for 14 days. Let's practice our barbarian war cry. 1, 2, 3. And now, let's be Romans running for the hills. Faster. 3, 2, 1. Speaking of water and aqueducts, this brings us to the center of Rome and my favorite place in the city, and actually one of my favorite places in the world, the Fountain of Trevi. Did you know Rome has 2,000 fountains? The Fountain of Trevi may be one of the most famous fountains in the world. The monument, designed by Nicola Salvi, has an interesting story. The fountain is built at the convergence of 3 roads, hence the name Trevi. Trevi, or three roads. The fountain also marks the point of two of Rome's major aqueducts. Aqua Vergine and Aqua Vergo supplied much of the water to ancient Rome for over 400 years. Romans would carry water from the fountains. Let's carry the water. They would drink from the fountains. Let's follow along, drink. And perhaps even splash in the fountain. Now, if you'd like to stand up for a minute, you can follow along. Or you could stay in your seats. Let's splash in the fountain. An older fountain stood on the site for decades, but in 1629, Pope Urban VIII decided to commission something more dramatic. It took over 100 years for this new fountain to be built. A contest was held to find a designer for the new fountain. The actual winner hailed from Florence, but when the people of Rome objected to a non-Roman artist being appointed, Nicola Salvi was chosen as the replacement. He immediately began work, plotting. Draw the fountain with me. I'll try the other hand. He had to hammer the stone. Maybe down low, maybe up high. Hammer fast. And he had to polish the stone. Let's polish. 2 hands. Or maybe with a foot. Or the other foot. Or maybe all your hands and feet. Polish the fountain of Trevi. At the center of the Trevi Fountain stands Oceanus, the god of all water. Below him, 2 soldiers were realized. One rides his horse calmly, while the other struggles on a panicked horse. This is meant to represent the changing and unpredictable nature of the oceans. During the construction of the new Trevi Fountain, a local barber whose shop was behind the square used to scream at Salvi daily. He was angry about the constant noise of the construction. He would be giving a haircut. Give a haircut. He would be interrupted by the sound of banging and cover his ears. He would run to the piazza and yell at Salvi. Try it with me. Your big, expressive Italian hands. In an act of retaliation, Salvi built the Ace of Cups pot directly in front of the barbershop to completely block the barber's view of the finished fountain. You may best know this fountain from the classic film La Dolce Vita. It is a poetic homage to a man's fruitless search for love in the eternal city. In the film, Sylvia wades into the pool on a balmy summer night. Marcello follows behind. They embrace in the water. The scene magically turns to morning, and a young delivery boy watches the couple in disbelief before he bicycles away. Most people know that to throw 1 coin from the right hand over the left shoulder into the fountain means a safe return to Rome someday. But according to one legend, throw a 2nd coin and your return will be met with romance, and throw a 3rd coin for that romance to end in a marriage. Let's play a game. We can throw a coin over our shoulder. Now remember, 1 throw is a return to Rome. 2 coins is to find love. And 3 coins means marriage. If you're with friends right now, keep your eyes to yourself. Ready? Go! It's time for our evening stroll or passeggiata. As day softens into dusk in Italy, something in the air seems to call people from their homes and workplaces to participate in one of the most enduring and lasting traditions of Italian life. It is passeggiata. This evening promenade, generally between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m., takes place in almost every town, village, or large city of Italy. As we walk, we hear the accordions. Play your accordion. Oh, and maybe you'll take a picture. Or maybe you'll draw a picture of the sunset. We see people dancing a tarantella. May I teach you a tarantella? We can use our prop or our handkerchief now. If you don't have one, you can use a napkin or a scarf, but don't worry. If you don't have one, you can just dance along. We start by shaking on one side for 2 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 2, 3, 4, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now for 4 counts, we pass it around our center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we throw and catch for 4 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now as you're dancing, you can do a little heel dance along, or you can just keep your feet still. Let's try it with music. If you'd like, you can try this dance standing. I'll be over here and you can follow me. Okay, go ahead and get your prop ready. It's a hot Italian Roman evening. Here we go. Other side. Pass it around your center. Time to throw and catch. Don't drop it. Start from the beginning. I'm gonna add my heels. 2. Other side. Oh, going around the center. Throw and catch. Okay, it's gonna go one more time, a little faster. Uh-oh, try to keep up. It's going around the center. Oh, throw it up. Don't forget to smile. Smile for the camera. Yay! Woo! I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit tired. Fortunately, we have arrived at a place where we can relax, at the Spanish Steps. The 138 steps, also known as the Scalinata de la Trinidad de Monte, was originally built to link the Spanish embassy and the plaza down below to the Church of the Trinidad del Monte at the top. Here's a picture of me standing on the stairs of that church, looking over all of Rome. Designed in the Baroque style by Italian architects Francesco di Sanctis and Alessandro Specchi, Europe's widest staircase was constructed between 1723 and 1725, thanks to the funding of a French diplomat, Etienne Bouffier. The freshwater fountain at the bottom of the steps, Fontana della Parcaccia, which translates to the fountain of the old boat because of its half-sunken ship shape, was commissioned by Pope Urban VIII and built by father and son Bernini. After they were completed in 1725, the Spanish steps became popular for people watching and enjoying a passeggiata. In the mid-20th century, Hollywood actors Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck made the steps a popular site for American tourists after the steps were used as a location in the 1953 film Roman Holiday. Shall we reflect on some of the great art in Rome? Here are some of my personal favorites.
Bernini's Apollo and Daphne, made between 1622 and 1625, located in the Gallery Borghese just above the Spanish Steps.
Boxer at Rest.
This Hellenistic Greek bronze sculpture of a seated boxer is believed to date back to 300 to 50 BC. He lives in the Palazzo Massimo, one of the 4 national museums of Rome. The boxer's exhausted and anguished face is a masterpiece of realism. Cecilia. This Baroque sculpture of Saint Cecilia by Stefano Maderno lives in the Church of Saint Cecilia in Trastevere, Rome. The sculpture was created after the body of Saint Cecilia, a 2nd century Roman martyr, was found entombed under the altar of the church in 1600. After the discovery of her body, a cardinal commissioned a renovation of the church, including a new tomb. Maderno's sculpture realizes the position in which Saint Cecilia's body was discovered.
Isn't it so beautiful and fragile?
This fountain in Piazza Navona is also by the Baroque sculptor Bernini. It was sponsored by Pope Innocent X. Fontana dei Quattro Fiumi, or Fountain of the 4 Rivers, was designed in 1651 and represents 4 major rivers of the 4 continents through which Catholic authority had spread. The Nile representing Africa, the Danube representing Europe, the Ganges representing Asia, and Rio del Plata representing the Americas.
Okay, mamma mia, now it's time to eat. Are you hungry like I am? Let's have some carbonara. And maybe drink a little bit of wine. Buon provecho. What was your favorite part of the trip today? Walking along the Forum for the Colosseum and seeing a naval battle? Oh, the Pantheon with the round oculus? The refreshing mist of the Fountain of Trevi? Or dancing the tarantella below the Spanish Steps? Well, this concludes our trip to Rome. It's time to board the Cornwall Express as we head home. Again, my name is John Byrne, and it has been a pleasure to explore with you. I give special thanks to the Alzheimer's Foundation of America
for making this program possible.
We will see you soon. Ciao and grazie.
Join us on many other great adventures with Senior Station